today we are in the shop and we are going to, it is a Saturday today, so it's not a lot going on. I don't got anybody working with me today. It's just me, myself, and I. And this shop is driving me mental. Look at how dirty it is. We are going to tidy it up, and that's all I'm going to do today. I'm not going to work on anything. We're just going to tidy and get shit organized. It's not a lot to get organized. It's just like a little bit of surface clutter, mostly on the benches, and then this is like just trash, and stuff just has to go back to its spot. The one thing I kind of am a little bit, it's going to take some time, obviously, is the bench, because there's like scattered tools and shit, but just this stuff doesn't really have a home here, like a bucket of grain. I'm not going to put that on the shelf. I got to deal with that. But just all this stuff doesn't really have a home. And the home that it should go is that shelf, and it is cluttered bad as well. So, yes, look at this. If you watched yesterday's video, you would have seen the disaster of a repair job I did for this tractor. We put a block heater on it, and I did not drain the coolant before I took the heater out. So go back and watch that video if you want to see me get fired up about my fuck up. God damn. Okay, where do we start? I don't even know how to film this. Like, do you guys want to get carried around with me? Do I put you in one spot, put you on a time lapse? Do I just put you in one spot and just talk to you as I go around? Because that's another thing about why I fell apart with the whole filming thing is you're in one hand, I got a free hand here to carry stuff, do stuff, work on stuff, but I also have to control my chair and drink my coffee. So there's just not enough hands in a day. I need one of those, like, you mount your shit on your hat here, like just like this, and then you can like see what I'm seeing. I don't have that yet. I gotta order one. But anyways, let's just get going, I guess. Hope you guys had an amazing Christmas. I'm done with it. Too many treats. A lot of family stuff. I mean, I don't really get tired of family stuff. I'm just getting used to I just want to get back to my like single life, being a hermit in my house, just not really doing a whole lot of anything except just my work. I'm looking forward to that again. But yeah, hopefully you guys have some exciting plans for New Year's, if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to do exciting shit, then that's whatever, dude. I don't care. Just, this is going to be something to get used to, is just talking to a camera that's on all the time, because I don't want to have to cut these scenes. So if I just upload a 20-minute video uncut, I don't want there to be dead spaces in my words, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's just get going here. I guess I'll just carry you around as I go. You can see how I got this shop set up, and if you have any ideas on how I should set this shop up, organize stuff, anything you think we need in this shop, you let me know, because I am all for building up this location. This is like, I spend most of my time in here now. I'm kind of not really downsizing the farm, just like refining stuff. We spent a lot of money on labor last year, and accountant says I can't do that. So I got to spend less time growing the business, focusing on growing the business. I got to spend more time working in the business, and that's just the reality of grain prices right now. There's not a lot of room to grow. It actually is, like, we only made money growing peas this year, and there is no money in wheat and canola, which is our mainstays. And it actually made more sense letting acres go, not farming acres, than it was to, and only growing peas. But you can't only grow peas because they're a nightmare to, like, it's just a bad recipe for disaster. But when I was doing the numbers last year, it only made sense to like grow peas, and we lost like 20% of our acres last year, and that was actually not the worst thing because there was no money in those acres anyways. It was supposed to go to wheat and canola, and I was like, we're losing $100 an acre on every acre we farm. So it's like, why are we? This is like the best thing to happen. So, yeah, whatever. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about? All right, so this thing usually sits over in that corner, and to be honest, we actually had a welding station in this corner. I've replaced it with we got a hydraulic press here now, but we had this was like a workstation back here. That's since changed since we had a change in employment. But this is just the only thing over here right now is that tool chest. Shout out Upland, Minnedosa, Hutterite Colony. If you guys need some toolboxes, check these guys out. Just like super well built. Like you could probably sit on that. I'm probably gonna flip the damn thing. But like look at these. These aren't going nowhere. Yeah, they're built really well. So yeah, like I was saying, this doesn't need to be on this side of the shop because all that we have over here is the press. I mean, if I had a welding station, honestly, this is where I'd like to. Fuck, no, I don't. All I'm saying is this. I think we need to move that over there. I don't know if we'll do that today because there's not really a lot of. I don't know. It'd be nice almost to have this just as like a roll around workstation, so you can just roll this around too. You know, like beside the tractor or whatever. Which, fuck, actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea, honestly. But yeah, I think what we honestly like looking at, if we do that, if we move this somewhere else and don't have this here, we'll have like next to nothing in this corner. That thing can go anywhere as long as there's air close by. And then that leaves this whole wall exposed and nothing on this wall. And I've always wanted to put a man door in this shop. We have one at the very back of the shop, but you got to walk, like you park the trucks out front here and then you got to walk all the way around the shed to get to the man door. And we don't have one here. So if you don't have a clicker to get in the automatic door or a way to get in, you got to knock on the window, hoping somebody's there, or walk all the way around the shed. I'd like to put a man door up front here. And if we move that, that makes that decision so much easier because we weren't putting one here because it was a big workstation at one point. So if we put the door here, well, that's just perfect, honestly. But we still got to figure out something I wanted to add to this shop is a welding station. As of like right now, we legit just have our welder just rolls around and we got it hooked up. The 220 power is back there in the corner. It's got a big long extension cord. So we'll wheel that everywhere. Like we've wheeled that outside the door before and welded a bunch of stuff because obviously not a lot of stuff can fit in here. But that would be nice to have it set up somewhere with like a welding table, a bench, like just all our welding stuff in one spot. I don't know where to do that yet. I feel like when I can't believe we used to have a seed business where this was just end to end, wall to wall ceiling. There was like a path down the center to use the forklift to get in, and get your product out. Like when we had this full of seed, this was stacked to the roof, and now it's like inconceivable. And that was only 2 years ago. Last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. But now it's like, I feel like there's no room to do nothing in here now that we're prioritizing the farm and like we're in a position where we can repair stuff and spend some budget on maintaining stuff in the wintertime because we have I can afford to do this stuff in the wintertime. Before, I needed a full-time job to subsidize the farm, so every waking moment was to spend time selling seed, and I didn't have time to do this stuff. But now it's like I have the budget to do that, and then we have accumulated some good tools. We've got like a welding. Like we're set up now that we can utilize this space for something different as opposed to just storing seed, and it seems to just be accumulating shit. And you'll see that today. But all this stuff has a purpose. It's just It's just, it needs some organization. So if you guys have any ideas on how to organize this space, let me know. Honestly though, looking around, until you take some time to reflect like we're doing here, it needs needs a coat of paint, I think, which kind of is intimidating because you'd have to pull everything away from every wall. And then also, like, there's kind of cobwebs and shit. And I feel like you'd have to wash that all off. And then, I mean, if you don't wash it off, then you're painting on top of dirt. But maybe that's, I don't know. It is an intimidating job, and I don't know if it's something I can't paint. I don't even know how you paint that. Do you get like a long paintbrush and do that shit, or do you get somebody in with like scaffolding and like a paint gun or something? And then you're probably gonna want to do it. I mean, I would want to do it in the in the wintertime to paint a place like this, because it's hard. Like, I can devote someone coming in here and doing this in a week, and I would just shut the shop down and we wouldn't be doing anything in here. The heat would be running, but also, can you do it? Is it hot enough in here to cure paint? I don't know. It's like 20, probably 15 degrees in here, I would imagine, but I don't know. What would it cost to even paint a place like this? $5,000? $4,000? Because you got to think, like, labor is going to be probably more expensive than probably the paint in itself, I would imagine. But I'm just so used to farmer economics when I'm talking about John Deere paint. Jesus. Yeah, don't paint this place green, man. It'll cost probably 20 G's. Fuck. All right, enough talking. We gotta get some shit done here. So what I was doing here, I was kind of making a pile in the center with all my trash. Oh God. So I'm just gonna stack all the trash in the center, and then we will load it up probably Monday, because nothing else needs to come in here. It can sit in the front here. All right. Trash goes in the center. I got to deal with that antifreeze coolant before I can sweep up. You do not want to sweep up that shit and get that stuff jamming up my new sweeper. Oh man, this would make a great video. Do you know what we can do with these? We can have sword fights. Oh, that would be. Oh man, that reminds me. This couple months ago, I was doing some grinding, and oh God, I think I broke one. Anyways, yes, I definitely broke one. That reminds me of working on the auger I bought. It needed quite a bit of welding to it, so I was doing some grinding, and I got a piece of shard of metal that's blasted. I've never had that before, and I've always taken it for granted, I guess. I have sunglasses on, but usually when I'm grinding, I'll wear my glasses mostly, but for whatever reason, I just kind of flipped them up, and then I started grinding, and I took a piece right in the eye, like right just off the pupil. The eye doctor is like, man, you're lucky. You were honestly lucky that didn't hit you, because you would have to go to like Winnipeg and probably had like some specialist looked at you, and it was miserable to sleep with. So I super happy that didn't blind me. But yeah, we're not gonna have any sword fights with those, because knowing my luck, I'm gonna get one straight to the eyeball. All right. Ooh. I'm just going to talk to you about things I want to upgrade as we go. One thing I would like is to get like those little caps for these things, these canisters. Oh, God. Oh, shit. For that reason, if you ever forget to close a canister and there's a little leak, yeah, you're just going to drain your tanks and it costs you money, right? So you can get these little caps on here that spin and they show a color. I don't know. Look, I don't even know what they're called, but if you spin it one way, closed, and it shows like yellow or something, it's just a weird. I don't even know how to explain it. It just from a distance you can see if you've opened or closed the tank, and instead of coming over here to check, oh, did hold on. Righty tighty, right? Okay. I think that one was open. Fuck. See what I'm saying? Like if I had that cap on here, I could see from a distance, oh, that one's open. And I would know to go and change it, to flip it, to close it. All right. You see something sketchy here? All right, we're just gonna put this acetylene tanks and welding stuff all back where I had it. Just to start fresh from where we were. Before we do any reorganizing. Like I said, eventually it would be sweet to have a man door over here, but we're just gonna put everything back the way it was and tidy the shop up just to keep busy for the day. All right, nice. This has come in handy a lot this year, this battery charger, honestly. I think we paid at least $1,000 for that battery charger, and it gets used a lot. And it's one thing I think is probably worth the extra money is to spend good money on a battery charger on a farm, not one of those cheap little ones I had for charging batteries. Spend the money because dealing with trucks and things with like multiple 12-volt batteries on a system, you're gonna wish you had one. Oh shit! Okay, I installed these. These are my favorite store is obviously going to be Princess Auto because they've just got so many awesome tools there. But I bought these everything I own. If I could get it on a reel, I would. And I'm addicted to put it like every hose, every cable, every extension cord, like you saw in yesterday's video, our fuel line or our fuel hose for our truck. Or our slip tank, that's on a reel. Air hoses are all on reels. Our acetylene torch is on a reel on the truck. But I got these sweet things. They're like 30 feet long. I mean, it's not, I almost need one on that end or just a bigger one so I can like take power everywhere. I've always thought it'd be cool to have one from the ceiling, a reel, like an extension cord on a reel. But I've always been nervous about like I need headspace for like driving equipment in, and I feel like you're just gonna catch it on something, so. And I'm not the tallest guy to reach way up and grab shit. So, but we got these right here because you can like if you're trucking and it's a cold day and you pull up in front of the shop with the truck, you just quickly run in the shop, grab it, run it out, plug the truck in overnight, and then when you're done with it, you just you don't got to deal with a cold, stiff cord trying to reel it up. It's this is just pull it back. It just sucks it right in and stays in the warm shop, and it just if anything that can save your time and keep things organized, I am all for it. So yes, all right, so what are we doing here? I gotta fill this up. This comes with me. I'll put this in my truck. Garbage. Oh shit. Garbage. Box full of dirt. Why do we have a box full of dirt? This can sit here. All right. I'm gonna put the welder back in this corner. Because it just feels like that's a good spot for it. Okay. Yes, the welder goes in this corner, but the big long extension cord to run the welder is in that corner. So somebody make sense of that for me. We don't need a pallet in the shop. Garbage pile. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. My dad was accusing me of taking something and not returning it to his shop, and I think I've been exposed, because this is the hose he was looking for. He was also looking for a 12-volt pump. That's the hose. I don't know where the pump's at. We were using that to clean out our spray trailer tanks because they were full of scummy LJ shit. So I had that with a pump on it, but I don't know where the pump is. So they're looking to go to Mexico in a couple weeks, so they want to clean their hot tub out. Suck that out. Of course, I've been exposed for lying, making a story up, dodging accusations. Oh. I bought this torch over here, this Tiger torch, because we were burning sloughs this year. We did a bunch of land clearing, so it's just nice to burn off sloughs and then go in and push scrub without having to deal with all that grass. We burned a lot of scrub this year because it was just such a nice open fall. I bought this last year, and this Tiger torch deal, you know, turn on the gas, propane, whatever. This is so stiff. I don't know why they would use this kind of a hose on it, but I bought it last year and it's already trash. So, junk pile. The most time-consuming part of any cleaning shit that I get on a cleaning tear is organizing tools. Look at all this shit that just needs a place to go. It just needs a place to go. Oh, God. I'm gonna throw that over there. Like scrap steel, we almost need a scrap steel. Well, we have a scrap steel bin for stuff that I don't think I'll ever use. Just scrap shit that could go to the scrap yard. But we need a place to put pieces of steel that could still be used, that aren't just making clutter, that you can actually organize and pull on if you need to weld a little bracket for something. Look at this shelving we put up 2 summers ago. We put up all this pallet racking. Look at how much space, extra floor space we gained. We tripled our floor space for that 20 by 4-foot area. Efficiency, dude. Check this out. This is, we lose in floor space with this, but we're gaining productivity. Look at, that's where our WD-40, our engine oil used to go, and it'd have like a little tap here. We got a little tap here, so you'd open it up and put your bucket, fill your oil, go over, put your engine, put it in there. But you would have to do this, like this tractor takes like 17 liters of oil. And this carries 5 liters. So you'd have to fill this up 3 times to fill the tractor. But, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot of work. It is kind of a lot of work. More work than I want to do. But we got this awesome thing. So it's got another reel. It's got a reel on it, and it's got this, you know, gun that you just put in the oil in the engine. Chuck it in there. It's got a readout here. Oh, 18 liters is what this 6420 took. You just drag it over there. It's easy for me to drag around, and it's literally, oh man. Thinking of where we came from, we used to get buckets like that for all our engine oil. Then we upgraded to those barrels and just had them on the shelf. Now we've upgraded to these, and it's just saves me so much. I don't know. It's just way more efficient. You're more productive, and it's just fun to use. Dude, it's just fun. But we are losing a bit of floor space because it's no longer on the shelf. But it's I'm so great investment. Great investment. Anybody else just leave tools after they do a job? Yes, I do. I do. Okay. Tool collection zone right there. Oh, there's the 7/16. So our service truck, we don't have any like these. Like I've come to respect the 3/8 drives tools because they just are so much lighter weight. Before that, we only had the 1/2-inch drive sockets and everything, and we have multiple sets of all that, like all our impacts and chrome sockets and flat, like deep and skinny, like a lot of 1/2-inch stuff. And I bought these with these little cases this summer, and they're lockable, they're transportable. You can take them. Like we had these, an Imperial and a metric kit in the truck, in the service truck. They wouldn't go in the toolbox because I want to keep them as a set. And they're just so nice to keep things organized. And I get very anal. Like to leave it out like that with the case open, with the socket just not, like that is very rare for me because I'm so anal with these socket sets. And these in the wintertime, in the summertime they'll live in the truck. It would actually be nice to have another set of them. But, so this is our socket drawer. We don't have a label maker on it, but come on. Put this like this. There. About like that. Done. All right, what else? Well, I bought this the other day. Well, not the other day, but this oil catcher, because we used to just use pails like that, and I was figuring this would be a lot nicer just to roll under the trucks and stuff. It's great for that, except once you get this full of like 20, 40 liters of oil, it's heavy as hell, and that's our used oil catch, and you got to lift it up and put it in that green funnel there, like lift it up and over. So you imagine me trying to lift up this 40 liters of oil and try to like dump it in. And this thing is like, whoa, doesn't work. But yeah, so I spent, I don't know, maybe I think it was like $200 for something like that. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's way out of budget. But I'm like, I want it. So I bought it. And then this, the caster wheel broke off the other day. Just, I'm imagining it's just cheap China shit. Like, look at who uses plastic rivets for a shop tool. Like, of this, like, we're a high caliber farm, you guys. Like, we need the best. And I just bought something. I'm actually surprised that, maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but I figured FGI, like Fort Garry Industries, carries good tools just because it's like a truck shop and they, like, I don't know, maybe my expectations are just whatever. But yeah, that is, it saves us a lot of time. It is just a bit of a pain in the ass to use something like that. And I have found that I like to hang it up right here. It was nice to hang it up here when it was less oily, but it was, oh God. I like this spot for it. It's easy to get at, but it's probably going to get messy. It was fine when it was empty and not used because it just sat there, but now it's just going to be constantly forever dripping right there. It's fine now because I've had it on here for a week, but I'll leave it there for now. So there was this company who came out and brought us, no, they didn't bring this tote. They brought us, they took our used oil that we had here. They just stopped by one time to the farm and took all our used oil, which whatever. I don't even think they paid us, but whatever. And then they brought us that barrel, and it is almost full of, the barrel is for holding all of our filters and stuff for the shop, like oil changes. And it is damn near full. Like, I'll fill that thing within the next month here, because I got a bunch of oil changes I want to do. I'll fill it. And, yeah. Got all these to change. And so how do you just phone them? I don't even know if I have their phone number. Used filters only. Oh, Notre Dame Oil. I guess I'll call them and say, your barrel's full. Come pick it up. But, yes. Keeping this area clean is challenging. Keeping anything, like just, that's one thing I would like to work on is keeping things like this. A measuring spout like this, just clean without getting any impurities in there. Like, don't shove it in a bag. I don't want to do that. I want to have it like in an area that's enclosed. Like, I don't know. I've seen guys have like trays on top of these. Like a big mega funnel that you put all your shit like that on top, flip it upside down, and it just all kind of drains in there. But have that covered somehow. So it's just when I'm done using this, I go put it upside down, and it doesn't get all oily on the handle, and everything just stays neat and tidy. But yeah, put filters somewhere you don't have to keep constantly cleaning dust off of all your oil shit. Like that. That's something I want to invest in. So, and I just keep jumping from job to job, seeing what needs to get done. Still not sure how to clean this coolant up. I don't know. I don't think it's just going to sweep up that nice. Okay. All right, we gotta do some shit. I feel like I'm just walking around in circles, just not cleaning, but walking, Drew, walking, what? All right, pail, oil pail. Or used, like, see, these could be, we could use these for like, that's hydraulic oil. We could use that for our service truck, like when we're in the field and we want to fill these up with hydraulic oil. These are for winterized sprayer. But I feel these little lids, I feel like you can go through so many of these. Like if we were constantly reusing the same pail and the same lid during the service, during like harvest or something, when we're seeding, when we're constantly using oil and shit, these little things get worn out and then they start to crack. So, dude, having a hydraulic oil like one of those on your truck, man, that would be next level. Make all the neighbors jealous of me then. That's the name of the game. If you're not making your neighbors jealous, what are you farming for, man? Ugh. Okay. Perfect example. These things keep breaking off, and it's just once they break off, that whole pail's done. Write it off, it's done. Junk pile. Can you guys see the angle of my wheels right now on this wheelchair? I feel like I should be putting this wheelchair in the junk pile too. But they are like probably $5 or $6 grand for one of these fucking things. Like, see this? Check this. See my wheels? This tread is damn near almost off too. Like, I'm just riding on the tube inside. Ugh. Okay. We just got to focus on one area and not stop till that area is clean. I kind of want to get a little broom so that I'm not cleaning and stacking shit on top of a dirty floor. Because that's usually part of how I clean shit, is I clean out. I don't want any dirt on the ground. I will go to that extent to make sure the ground is spotless. I feel like my mom's gonna watch these videos and judge me and say, oh yeah, right. You're just saying that for the viewers. You're lying, you're full of shit. No, Mom, I'm actually truthful in this. I always clean everything and I finish my supper. I always. Okay. I don't know. I'm just choosing this spot to sweep because I feel like we can. Filters going up there. Extra pail. What are we doing with these things? Extra pail. I'll just chuck it right there for now. PTO shaft goes right there. Oh God. This is forklift gas tank, dude. This can get refilled. I'll put this by the door. So we haven't really needed, well, shit, I won't say we haven't needed it. We have a nice, we probably have the nicest forklift of, I don't know any farms who have as nice of a forklift as we do. But we were in the seed business game and we were stacking pallets up to the roof in this shed. And this thing, like, this thing served us so well. We don't even need to have a, it'd be nice now to have like a skid steer, but you would not be able to get, like, utilize the floor space as much with a skid steer as you could with that. We don't need, oh, that comes in so handy here though, but it is shitty being outside. It gets stuck pretty easy. A skid steer wouldn't do that. I could imagine we might be able to sell that for like 30 G's, but to say we're gonna go out and buy a skid steer to replace it, you're gonna be looking at like probably 90 grand for probably something as reliable as what this has been. And to be able to do the job that we still want it to be able to do. Tracks or tires, guys, tracks or tires. What should we get? If we get a skid steer, what do we get? Tracks or tires? All right. Okay, pails go over here for right now. This is like, I don't know, chuck that there. This is, we got some 80-90 gear oil. We got it on like a pumper. This is, there again, this isn't the right, we just shove this in here. It's like a siphon, pump it by hand, and then this, you can like chuck it in like your hub. I mean, if you farm and you work in a machine shop, you know what I'm talking about, but you just a little spout, you just shove in your shit, and it's easy to work with. Instead of putting like this into like a little pour canister, it's just pump it right out of the pail. It's actually very, very handy. I'm gonna shove this back in this corner because we don't use it all that much. Neat and tidy. Another pail. Let's see if the spout's broken. Can't tell. I feel like it's gonna break. We're gonna get rid of this. Yes, I'm getting rid of this. All right. Another pail. Like, pails like this are kind of nifty. Oh, shit, actually, I shouldn't say. Yes, these are nifty pails. But if you would please pay attention to what we have over here. Look at these pails. For just, this is our little handy little pail to have section. These can be grain pails, little oil pails, little catch pails, little hold your tool pails, little dustbin pails, put a funnel in pails. Whatever kind of pail you want, they go over here. But actually this, we got to tidy this up because this is no good. But little pails like that, they come in handy, man. Actually, we try to get as many pails like that as we can for harvest time. Because you use them for taking samples. Every bin that we put grain into gets a sample. Generally, the soybeans, the canola, they only really generally get one grade because they're very hard to get a number 2. Like number 1 graded beans and canola is like standard. Unless it's damaged grain, you probably wouldn't ever really see a low quality. Sometimes you keep I don't know, sometimes you keep a pail like that in a bin just to like have them. Some people like, wow. someone like me would keep them in a bin so I know which sample goes with which bin. But if you're like a legit farmer and you like keeping shit, like you would have, I feel like the ideal way to do that would be keep your samples in pails, sealed pails, bring them into your shop, like controlled environment, and keep them on a shelf, labeled nicely, which bin goes with what. We don't do that. Generally for the wheat, we will take samples of, and we will get them graded, and then I'll just keep notes of it. I don't generally keep a sample of it. I should probably, but canola, we'll just get a moisture. We'll take the moisture here at the shop, and we will just make a note of it in my booklets, in all the booklets, just so we know what bin, what grain went in what bin, at what moisture, and at what temperature. And that's all really that we take for the canola and the soybeans. The peas, you might want to keep a grade of for every bin for like knowing your splits and dockage and shit like that, but moisture. But yeah. A little bit about the little nifty little pails that we keep around. Seems like the most important tool on the farm, really. Oh shit, this pail, 80W140 gear oil, synthetic gear oil. That shit, guess how much that pail costs? Guess, right in the comments. That costed me, I think with taxes and everything, it was like $1,000. That is gear oil. And the one that we were just talking about is also gear oil. That's 80/90 weight. This is 80/140. You would use this in a situation, I think, where, well, you would use that fucking on everything. 'Cause if you're a John Deere, they'd tell you to use it on everything. But this stuff, I would say you'd use it in a drive motor. Any situation where there's a drive motor, so like, let's say, we bought this specifically for the sprayer drive motors, like the wheel motors. Something that's taking like super high torque drive wear gear parts. The 80/90 weight, I would probably put in like a trailer hub axles or something, or any axle or hub that isn't taking the driving force, super high torque. It's more of just a lubricate, I guess. I don't know. Like, you know, like a gearbox for an auger or something. I would probably put that shit in there. It's not going to get the heat generation nearly as much as a drive motor would on like a piece of equipment that's driving. Okay. A little bit on how expensive shit is. I don't know what we're doing with this. I'm just going to shove this into the corner, and this is where this is going to live. We should be taking this barrel down because it's empty. But it can stay there for right now. Okay. Rag, Teflon, old bottle of oil. See? An empty space, flat space, surface, just collects shit. This is where we keep all of our, well, see, I just put it on the ground again. Oils of all sorts, fluids, coolant, brake fluid, like, oh, there's some more of that 80/140. We got AC, air conditioner canisters, carb cleaner, starter fluid, brake clean, grease cartridges. Our rags go under here. This is stuff that we need on the daily. It's just super easy, convenient to grab. All goes under here. we are running low on rags, which is maybe why I keep old ones around more than I should. Oh, yes. I'm gonna start the year off right. I'm gonna go get a nice block of rags. $540 would have gone in the dually when I did the oil change on that. Did I do the oil change on that? 540. Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was just in here. ATF. Got some old yeah, I did my service on the Chevy on the 1 ton already. Seems like I forgot that. That's crazy. All right. Oh, one thing we got to do before seating time. Just looking here, those straps. Go back 2 videos ago and watch that. We busted every strap on the farm, and the only thing that saved us was that big ass 1-inch. What is that? A 1.5-inch cable. Dude, we got the tractor stuck. But anyway, you guys are distracting me. I'm not getting anything done. I think I just need to put you up somewhere and then just like put my head down and work. All right? That's what I tell myself. That's what I'm telling myself I should do. Hold on, let me just make a pile on my lap. Okay? Make a pile. Oh. I'm just gonna put this right into the drawer as it sits, but this is all of our, I mean, you can't organize stuff that shouldn't be organized, like drill bits and shit. Oh God, I almost lost you. All right. Put you there, maybe. Clean. Anti-seize can go up here. There we go. Brake clean can also, no, brake clean goes under here. All right. Chisel, screwdriver. Busted. Masks. Just leave that there. Alright. Big ratchet. This. Hold on. Wait, what the heck? Why is that not doing anything, dude? The hell? Weird. That light bar, or this power bar was turned off. I don't know what the heck would have done that. Charge these. Gotta charge these. I think we're getting a pretty good stack of shit on my lap here that we can take over. All right. Oh, this, as far as organizing goes, got an imperial and a metric bolt bin for the service truck. Like, we just keep everything all different sizes. See this one? Like, this is all the metric bolts and shit that we need for the John Deere combines. Not a lot of stuff, but I feel like the imperial stuff, you just need a size, all the sizes. And I was just making a TikTok where I talked about that bolt bin. What a waste of potential here. This is imperial. Everything in here is imperial. And I mean, we got some cubbies for like just random springs and threaded rod and different shit goes in here. But I grew up on a farm where we didn't have anything John Deere. And most of that equipment, like my grandpa was in love with Versatile, Massey, this, and Ferguson, that, and everything took Imperial. So I grew up with like the 9/16, half inch, 5/8, you know, and I was always asking like, you'd always like randomly run into something that took a metric bolt, and it'd be like, wait, is 9/16 a 14 mil or a 15 mil? And those were the situations where you would use metric, just one-off situations. And now my whole life is run on metric this, metric that. Everything is metric. And it's more of a pain in the ass to have anything that's Imperial. And I'm looking at this shelf here and I'm like, we got to change this. Unless we get a whole nother bolt bin. But everything I use is metric. And it's just getting to a point where I'm putting this shit in a place where a metric bolt should be going. And I'm putting an Imperial bolt there. And the next person who owns this tractor, any of my shit, is going to be pissed off. They're like going to have a set of Imperial and metric sockets with them when they're working on my shit, because it's going to be mixed and matched. But yes, this is something, if I had a time machine, I would go back and change this. I would put metric on. I would fill this with metric stuff. And I still could. It's just, there's a few $100 in fasteners on this thing that I would like to use up before I do. But it's kind of like, unless you do it all at one time, I don't know. That's what I got. Yeah, that's that. All right. Lap full of shit. Let's see if I can bang this out. Okay. Hold on. My Milwaukee corner. If you haven't noticed, I'm obsessed with Milwaukee. Every power tool I have is a Milwaukee. And all that stuff goes in that corner. I'll show you that. All right. Here we go. Random stuff like this. Like we got pipe. We just got like little tubes of grease, like all kinds of random ass shit. Calipers, stuff that we don't want broken. Batteries, utility knives, rolls of tape, like thermometer, magnets. What is this? Silicone shit. Little tools that we don't want to lose. This in itself needs to get organized, but we're just gonna throw. We'll do that another day. Okay. Big ratchet. Goes in here. All right, hold on. Okay, good. Extension. Oh, this looks like it's a big one too. Okay. Wrenches. Oh, 3/4. I'm still retarded enough that when we're doing fractions and I'm trying to figure out my Imperial sockets, like I don't know just quickly off the top of my head what's bigger and what's smaller. Like, real quick, 11/16 or 3/4, which one's bigger? Can you tell me? No? Maybe you can. Maybe you are fast like that. I can't do it. And metric is so easy because it's like, oh, what numbers, which wrench is bigger? The bigger number. Fucking idiot. Hold on. I don't know which goes in which yet. Okay, hold on. Let's just do this. Maybe in here. No. Screwdrivers. This is our screwdrivers drawer, and I don't really know what I want to do with this kit yet, because we've got I think I did have it in here, but we put that big socket set in here. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what I want to do with that yet, so. Oh, God. So much stupid shit. We're gonna put star. Like, who needs this many star screwdrivers, man? What? Square? I don't think I've ever used a square in my life. Put that in there. Phillips goes in there. I don't know. Flats. Where the fuck did I put flats? All right, flats go in here. Phillips go back here, I guess. Yes, okay, flats go in this drawer. Okay. Wrenches. Adjustable. Pliers in here. All my like normal pliers goes here, and then we got like vice grips and shit and like weird one-off like hose cutters and stuff go back there. Okay? Hammer drawer. Chisels go in here. Hammers also go in here. More chisels. Screwdrivers. This is a little. We keep our hooks and shit. Like, you would not know how useful little hooks are like that. I use them all the time. Teflon goes up here. Striker. Oh, knife. Tape. Put this striker just in there. All right. Feel like we've been in here for hours already and haven't even made a dent. I'm going to put you guys down. I'm going to clean more, and we will check back in if I feel like I've made a dent, but also I might not have done. I might just quit after this and pretend like I've worked. If any of you guys watch to the end, you guys are the real heroes. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I feel like I'm insane just talking to myself if no one's watching these, so. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not looking at views, not looking at followers. I'm just filming, picking up the camera, filming, uploading, and see where I'll be after a year, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, peace. Love ya. Got to come up with an ending yet.